Hello and welcome to Green Bull Research. Today we have another exposed investment teaser for you. This one regarding what Director of Technology and Venture Capital Research at Money Morning, Michael Robinson, refers to as the breakthrough infinity chamber that could unleash $8 trillion in new wealth and turn a $10,000 investment into $13 million by the end of the decade. In this video, we'll review Robinson's hour-long teaser video to determine just what the heck is this infinity chamber and expose the stock he's referring to. That's right, a quick summary of his full-length video sales pitch and a free reveal of the stock and ticker symbol he's teasing you with. Let's get to it. My first impressions of this teaser are very favorable, and I gotta say that the reason for that is that when you click play on this video, I can see exactly how long I'm going to be sitting here for, 55 minutes. There's a playhead at the bottom that I can jump ahead, I can pause, I can go back and re-listen to anything, and even better than that, when I try to navigate away from the page, I'm given this pop-up, and that's usually a good sign. If I try to leave the page, I'm provided with a transcript, and I love to see my research in writing. This suddenly feels a lot more like research than just sitting tight for an indeterminate length sales pitch, even though I know this probably is going to end in a sales pitch. Anyway, the opportunity is being presented by Bob Keppel and Michael Robinson of Money Morning. It's all about this infinity chamber, which is a small device just 2 inches by 1 inch tall. And this little device is able to freeze subatomic particles, which can then be used in quantum computing. And this massive leap in computing power could result in electric vehicles that could run for 7 years on a single charge, develop new drugs for cancer, diabetes, and Alzheimer's, design super fertilizers to end world hunger, and create new materials that could reverse climate change. And that the power inside this chamber promises to be game-changing for mankind and life-changing for early investors. They call this a radical paradigm shift that they then compare to discovering oil in the 1870s, which allowed John Rockefeller to turn $4,000 into $340 billion in today's money, comparing it to the invention of cars in 1910 that allowed Henry Ford to turn $28,000 into $200 billion today, or the computer revolution that created thousands of millionaires with Intel, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, Nvidia, and others. And of course the presentation goes on with lots of other encouraging stats, but in order to get this information, you're going to have to subscribe to his newsletter. Of course, he doesn't tell you that quickly. We have a lot of presentation to get to before we hear that sales pitch. It's somewhere down here on the line. Oh, there it is. Nova X, his risk-free advisory service. But within this long presentation, he does drop quite a few clues. Enough clues that here at Green Bull Research, we feel confident in revealing the stock that he's referring to. So basically, Michael Robinson thinks that a quantum infinity chamber could unleash a staggering $8 trillion in new wealth, and it all starts with this small device, and that investors can grab a unique ground floor stake in this game-changing technology. The host, Michael Robinson, has been a technology investor for more than 30 years and a leading analyst and tech journalist, and editor of the Money Map Press Strategic Tech Investor newsletter. He says that 15 countries have already implemented national initiatives to harness the breakthrough quantum technology, and that there's one tiny company that is way out in front on this technology. But before we can get any more details, we'll first have to subscribe to his Nova X Research Advisory Service for as little as $39 for the first year. But we're sure you can find other uses for that $39, so here at Green Bull Research, we're just going to let you know what that stock and ticker symbol is. But first, let's just recap what the quantum computing age really is. This has something to do with quantum physics. It's all about electrons and atoms and protons and neutrons and light waves, and is really far beyond the scope of this article. But what we do need to know is that quantum computing can be used to create a new kind of supercomputer. And that specifically, a couple of scientists, one from Harvard and one from MIT, invented the quantum computer. One of them went on to win the Nobel Prize, and the other launched a new startup company. And it's this startup company that created the so-called infinity chamber that we're talking about today. So in revealing this company behind the infinity chamber, we know that the original inventor of the ion trap quantum computer is one of the co-founders of IonQ. And IonQ has 60 patents and applications protecting their competitive advantage. And this startup is way out in front of the competition. Their biggest competitors, including Google, IBM, Microsoft, and Amazon, have all formed alliances with this tiny startup. And they're actually reselling this tiny startup's quantum technology through their own cloud services. And we're told that other investors include Bill Gates, Michael Dell, and Mark Benioff. And they're also receiving backing by Hyundai, Kia, Hewlett-Packard, and Lockheed Martin. So based on the information at hand, we're fairly confident to say that the quantum computing company in question is IonQ Inc., listed on the New York Stock Exchange as IONQ, currently trading for around $14. Some of the clues that led us to this conclusion are that the scientist Chris Monroe who co-founded IonQ is renowned in the quantum computing field. A patent search for IonQ brings up about the same number of award patents as Michael Robinson mentions in his presentation. IonQs are now integrated into Cirq, Google's open-source quantum computing framework. The company also has established partnerships with Amazon and Microsoft, among others. Bill Gates, Michael Dell, and others have also made PIPE investments in IonQ. So now that we have that settled, do we actually think we can turn $10,000 into $13 million by the end of the decade? Well, IonQ's current annual revenue amounts to around $5 million. But the quantum market as a whole is expected to hit $65 billion by the end of the decade, meaning that even if IonQ's patented tech, which is supposed to be 16,000 times more powerful than the competition, in Michael's words, captures just a small percentage of this rapidly growing market, the returns truly would be once in a lifetime. More realistically, however, IonQ has projected they will hit revenue of $500 million by 2026, which would be about a 100-fold revenue surge. So it wouldn't be surprising to see the stock jump by more. If you have some funds set aside for long-term investment, it wouldn't be a bad idea to take a closer look at IonQ. So to recap, tech investor Michael Robinson teases a quantum infinity chamber that could unleash up to a staggering $8 trillion in new wealth. The breakthrough is all about quantum technology, which is receiving backing from federal governments as well as established tech monoliths, and one tiny company is way out in front on this technology. To get any more details, we have to subscribe to the Nova X advisory service for $39 for the first year. Fortunately, you can keep your money, as Green Bull Research is able to reveal this quantum opportunity as IonQ Inc., New York Stock Exchange, IONQ, for free. Quantum computing is receiving a lot of attention and financial backing, which makes us think that it could very well be one of the next emerging sectors to take off. So, Robinson is teasing the opportunity to invest in a quantum computing stock that he calls a paradigm shift, similar to the discovery of oil, the invention of the automobile, or the computer revolution. Do you think IonQ has the potential to affect similar change in wealth? Do you think IonQ will meet or exceed their 10,000% revenue projection within 5 years' time? Will you be joining to rush Robinson's Nova X Research advisory service? Please let us know what you think in the comments below. We hope this exposed teaser provides some value to you and helps you out. Here at Green Bull Research, we expose investment teasers like this on a regular basis. And unlike most of these overhyped teasers, at Green Bull Research the information really is free. So if you'd like to stay informed on these hot tips, just go to greenbullresearch.com/join and scroll to the bottom of the page where you can enter your email to receive our newsletter every time we expose another investment teaser. If you found this video useful, please subscribe and give it a like. Thank you very much for watching.